These are the most expensive 20th century half dollars sold at auction in 2024. 1951 was the second only year in which the Franklin half dollar was minted in a proof finish, following the mint's resumption of striking proof coins in 1950. They were issued as a part of a proof set, packaged in individual cellophane envelopes that were then simply stapled together and then loosely placed in a cardboard box. Not an ideal solution, and one that led to many coins being damaged as a result. This example seems to have, fortunately, escaped many of the pitfalls experienced by its kindred coins. Graded by PCGS as an excellent Proof 67 Plus Deep Cameo, it was sold at auction in January by Great Collections for $39,375. Speaking in generalities, or stated somewhat differently, in absolute terms, the 1944 Walking Liberty half dollar is not a remarkable coin. It does seem to be a little more inconsistent in terms of strike quality, and is not as available in the market when compared to the 42 or 45, but considering the massive mintages of these coins, that's really not saying much. This coin, though, is one of the finest known for the issue, at a grade of MS68 from PCGS. It was sold at auction in February by Heritage for $40,800. A small subsection of the Proof 1964 Kennedy half dollars, their first year of issue, can be attributed as accented hair varieties, where the details on Kennedy's hair, specifically and most noticeably just above the ear and below the part in the hair, was recut or strengthened. There is also a curiosity where all of these coins have a broken or missing lower left serif on the I of Liberty. This example was graded by PCGS as an impressive Proof 69 Deep Cameo, and at auction in January by Heritage, this coin was sold for $46,800. The 1921 Denver Mint Walker is the lowest mintage coin in the Walking Liberty series, at only 208,000 coins. Though, interestingly enough, research indicates that perhaps as many as 50,000 additional coins may have been minted, that never even left the mint and must have been subsequently melted back down for recoinage. As 1921 was a recession year, demand for coins in circulation was low, and the mint was focusing its attention more on the new peace dollar coins instead. Here we have a coin graded by PCGS as MS65 Plus that was sold at auction in January by Heritage for $46,800. Say what you will about Charles Barber's designs. They might have had a tendency to wear down to a nub in circulation, and former President Theodore Roosevelt may have, either directly or indirectly, described them as boring or uninteresting. But for a gem-proof coin like this, it is hard not to admire. As one of just 2 Deep Cameo examples certified by PCGS in a grade of Proof 68 Deep Cameo, the present example has no problem holding its own, and the closing price at auction in May from Heritage of $50,400 certainly attests to that. If you like toned coins, then you seem likely to simply fall in love with this 1946 Walker. The splendor and iridescence presented by the sheer dazzling array of colors on display is almost hard to imagine. Add to that the unsurpassed strike quality of this coin and the high state of preservation, attested to not only by the grade of MS68 from PCGS, which incidentally makes it tied for one of the finest known, but also the certification by both CAC and Stack's Bauer's new CMQ service, and the closing price at auction of $57,600 begins to come more sharply into focus. If you were ever looking for a good example of the compounding effect of a conditionally rare grade on the price of a coin, then this is a good example. The 1964 Kennedy half dollar is hardly a rare coin. More than 270 million were struck and released into circulation in one form or another. A coin in a grade of MS-66 would sell for, well, less than $100. An MS-67 coin and $300 to maybe even $500 is considered reasonable. At this point, the population figures begin to plummet, and an MS-67 plus coin, then, well, you're looking at closer to $3,000. But MS-68 is the finest known, and only 4 coins are listed by NGC, with none known at PCGS, of which this is the only example with a star designation as well. And at auction in May, Heritage was able to secure no less than $57,600 for this coin. The 1953 San Francisco Mint Franklin half-dollar coin has the rather unfortunate distinction of being known as the weakest struck coin in the series. While the mintage is low at 4,148,000 coins, it's not really that out of bounds or outside of the norm for the Franklin series. Due to the weak strike, finding a coin with full bell lines, though, is nearly impossible. This coin manages to buck that trend, though, graded by NGC as MS-66 Plus with the coveted full bell lines designation as well. And in June, it was sold at auction by Heritage for $66,000. The 1921 S Walking Liberty half dollar is the 5th lowest mintage coin in the series, with only 548,000 coins. However, in reality, it is much scarcer today, as all coins were placed into circulation with precious few examples saved for the numismatic scene. And today, many consider it to be the key issue in the series. This example was graded by PCGS as MS-64 Plus, and in November, this coin was sold by Great Collections for $70,876. Concluding then with a coin that is mentioned by name, so to speak, in Rick Tomaska's reference on the series. This 1948 Franklin half-dollar coin is the finest known circulation strike Franklin half, and the only non-proof coin in the series to grade finer than MS-67 Plus, with full bell lines or no. This exceptional rarity was graded by PCGS as MS-68 with full bell lines, formerly residing in an NGC slab with the same grade. It was also sold in March by Stax Bowers for $84,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch the top 20 most expensive US coins sold in 2024 next, right here. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.